You cannot afford to miss CPI for Prelims 2026, and here's why. This year, CPI with new base year is set for release around February 12, 2026. Not just that, you might have already memorized the CPI basket and its weightages, but the government will soon be announcing changes in that too, which we'll discuss later in this video. Hence, CPI has become one of the most important topics for Prelims 2026, and that's why in this video, we will try to cover every important fact about CPI that can be asked in the exam. Without wasting time, let's begin.
They have helped me in every stage. One thing which has worked really best for me is SFG. I did it religiously. I did not miss a single test, neither for SFG 1 nor for 2. I did all the simulators. And for mains, I did their MGP. I was here for ethics program of Ayush sir. And of course also the current affairs program. For prelims, there is only one thing which I did. I did all the SFGs. I did not miss a single test, neither for SFG 1 nor for SFG 2. I gave all the simulators at forum, and I think this has worked for me.
Starting with the basics, what is the Consumer Price Index or CPI? CPI is a statistical measure that tracks the average change over time in the prices paid by consumers for a fixed basket of goods and services used for daily consumption. In simple terms, it measures inflation, the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising. Now, there are different types of CPI calculated in India, each serving a different purpose. Let's understand them one by one. Number 1. CPI combined, rural plus urban. This has a base year of 2012 and is used as the headline inflation indicator. It is also the primary measure used by the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, for its monetary policy decisions, especially for inflation targeting. When you hear about retail inflation in the news, this is the CPI they're talking about. Number 2. CPI for industrial workers, IW. This has a base year of 2016. It is used for the revision of dearness allowance, DA, for industrial workers and central government employees. So whenever DA is revised, this is the CPI that is referred to. Number 3. CPI for agricultural laborer, AL. This has a base year of 2019. It tracks the cost of living changes for agricultural workers in India. It is used for wage fixation and social security analysis for agricultural laborers. Number 4. CPI for rural laborers, RL. This also has a base year of 2019. It measures price changes faced by rural labor households. It is primarily used for fixing minimum wages and evaluating rural livelihood conditions. Now, an important distinction to remember for prelims. The National Statistical Office, NSO, releases CPI combined, CPI rural, and CPI urban for measuring retail inflation and policy use. The Labour Bureau, on the other hand, releases CPI industrial workers, CPI agricultural labourers, and CPI rural labourers mainly for wage fixation, DA revision, and labour welfare purposes. Remember this distinction. It could be asked directly in prelims. Now let's talk about what's inside the CPI basket, the components and their weightages. Currently, the CPI is divided into 6 major categories. Number 1. Food and beverages, 45.86%. This has the highest weight in the CPI basket. It includes items like cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, milk, meat, fish, and beverages. Number 2. Miscellaneous, 28.32%. This is a broad category that includes health, education, transport, communication, recreation, and personal care. Number 3. Housing, 10.07%. This includes rent, maintenance, and other housing-related expenses. Number 4. Fuel and light, 6.84%. This covers items like electricity, LPG, kerosene, and firewood. Number 5. Clothing and footwear, 6.53%. This includes apparel and footwear for men, women, and children. Number 6. Pan, tobacco, and intoxicants, 2.38%. This is the smallest category and includes items like pan, tobacco, and alcoholic beverages. So these are the 6 major components that make up the current CPI basket. Now, the big question: why does India need a new CPI? There are 2 major reasons. Reason 1, the digital blind spot. Rapid urbanization and the rise of digital services are not adequately reflected in the current CPI. This leads to limited representation. For example, it ignores essential modern expenditures like smartphones, 5G data packs, OTT subscriptions like Netflix and Amazon Prime, and gig economy services like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, and Ola. By failing to track these new necessities, the CPI significantly underreports the true cost of living for the average Indian family today, especially in urban areas. Think about it. How many of us today can live without a smartphone or internet? Yet these aren't adequately captured in the CPI. Reason 2, too much emphasis on food items. Currently, food items make up almost 46% of the CPI basket. While food is important, the economy has evolved. People are spending more on services, healthcare, education, and digital products. As per the latest HCES, rural households spent 47.04% of their monthly per capita consumption expenditure on food in 2023 to 24. This is down from 52.9% in 2011 to 12. Urban areas have witnessed even more drop. But CPI give food items too much weightage. So what exactly is changing in the new CPI? The new CPI series will be based on the results of the 2023 to 24 Household Consumption Expenditure Survey (HCES). Here are the key changes. Change 1. Increase in number of items. The number of items in the CPI basket will rise by 65, from 299 to 364 items. This means more goods and services will be tracked, giving a more comprehensive picture of inflation. Change 2. Reduction in food weightage. Change 3. Removal of outdated items. Some items that are no longer relevant will be removed from the CPI basket. For example, VCD and DVD rentals and audio cassettes. These items are obsolete in today's digital age, so they will be dropped. Change 4. Addition of modern digital services items like smartphones, OTT subscriptions, digital payments, and gig economy services will likely be added to the basket to make the CPI more representative of modern consumption patterns. The final changes are expected to be announced in the first week of February. This is a must-know topic for Prelims 2026, so make sure you're prepared. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such detailed explanations on important UPSC topics. Until next time, keep preparing, keep learning, and stay ahead.